Hi, Fionuala. How are you today?
I am great, Janie. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm a little hot.
I know. I
So
know.
I'm glad we're sitting here in the shade.
This is what we're going to talk about today because I think it's going to hit 92 today,
Mm,
and we're not used to that in Petaluma. So, talking about shade gardens and shade plants is really what I feel like talking about today. So, I
hmm
hope you're on board.
I am, because then we get a film in the shade, which is perfect.
Oh, well, let's start with foundation plants. If you're new to shade gardening, it's just like any other kind of gardening, only you are working with shade,
hmm
obviously. And around here, we do have a coastal influence, so we're kind of lucky. But what counts as shade is afternoon shade, an area in your garden that is shaded from the afternoon sun.
Okay.
Most shade plants really appreciate morning sun.
Oh,
So
okay.
up to 6 hours of morning sun in full summer is still counted as a shade plant.
Interesting.
hmm
Okay.
It can be a little confusing, but just ask anytime. And what happens with a shade plant if it's getting hit by the afternoon sun is it gets scorched and wilts and just looks tired and burnt. So it's going to tell you fairly quickly if you actually have planted a shade plant in the sun.
You'll know.
You'll
You'll know
know.
pretty quick. So
hmm
the morning sun is easier for shade plants to handle?
Yeah, the rays are just gentler, just like us. If you're sitting out there having your morning coffee in the
Hmm
sun, you're not like all sweaty and hot and
Right.
needing hydration
Right.
instantly. You like your morning coffee in the sun.
Yeah.
Afternoon coffee, you want that in the shade.
Right.
There you go.
So I always have trouble with my shade gardens deciding what to put in them and giving them, I don't know, like giving them some interest. What can I plant in my shade garden that's going to make it look like as good as my sun garden?
Mm, Great question. Starting with foundation plants, I mean, there's nothing quite like a camellia in late winter and early spring and all those blooms.
Mm-hmm.
And the glossy foliage is a fabulous backdrop for the blooms.
Mm-hmm.
And they come in a range of colors. So, like any color scheme that you really want to decide on, you're going to be able to find a camellia that works for you.
Okay.
And some of them are more upright and some are more lower and spreading. So, decide on what look you're going for, and you're going to find a camellia that will work for you.
Perfect.
But not just camellias, we've got lots more to talk about. Azaleas love shade,
Oh,
rhododendrons, and hydrangeas, which are my personal favorite right now because right now, May and June, this is when they're blooming.
yes.
So I'm a little obsessed about some of them.
I'm looking at the one behind you
I
and I
know.
can't keep my eyes off of it.
Isn't this amazing?
What is this one?
This one is a panicle hydrangea,
Okay.
Hydrangea paniculata, and it's called Early Evolution. And it's a compact variety that honestly looks great from the get-go.
It's gorgeous. It's so interesting. I've never seen one like this before.
I know, look at the buds. Even the buds are super cool. They're that gorgeous little chartreuse color. And then as they open up, they become whiter and whiter. And then they kind of fade to a pink. Afternoon shade also makes a great cut flower, which I am always
Yes.
at least double duty for
Yes.
anything that grows
Yes. You
anywhere.
do say that a lot.
I
And it
do.
makes a great cut
Yes,
flower.
yeah, looks great in bouquets.
That's a Fionnuala stamp of approval.
And around here, Laura petalums, Chinese fringe flowers,
Oh, yeah.
they actually do better in the shade too.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is that why
afternoon
mine in
shade.
full sun died?
Oh, yes,
Oh, no.
Charlie.
I love these plants. They're so
They
gorgeous.
are so pretty, and even without any blooms on it, you get that great color.
Oh, it's
This
just
is one of my
gorgeous.
favorite ones, this one, the little
Fringe.
Pippa's red, because it's very dramatic.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah, and it's a great contrast with any green foliage plant, and
Yep.
it's evergreen too, which is wonderful.
Which is huge. Oh,
hmm
this is beautiful.
We've got some rhodey blooms still happening over
Oh,
here. It's
so
coming
do
towards the end, but it was really dramatic and gorgeous here.
it
Maybe
was
about a month ago.
Okay, so we have our foundation plants. Then what would you plant in addition to the foundation plants? Can we go see some of
Let's
those?
go find out.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in another shade house. It's beautiful. What is this?
This is the cutest little tiarella. I just love this. It is pink Skyrocket,
Oh, it's so
which is slightly a dramatic thing about the pink, and it's not really a skyrocket, but look at this.
It's very cute. It's trying hard to be
I
something.
know. It wants to grow up to be a skyrocket, but look at the foliage.
It's very
Look
pretty.
at the adorable little blooms.
So this is a shade plant.
This is a shade plant.
Okay.
And it's another one of those ones that I think probably would work best mass planted, because even as you can see here in the nursery, just
Yep.
the effect when you see all those little airy flowers together, super cute and super effective.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about this one behind? Like this one caught my eye. What is this right here?
Yeah, this is pulmonaria, which is, it's got a strange name, lungwort.
Lungwort.
Yeah, why it's
beautiful.
called that is like, I think the leaves might have looked like lungs or something.
Yeah.
But it's called silver scimitar. The leaves are elongated and very bright.
They're beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
I've never seen this plant before, and it's just so beautiful.
If you have shade, you need to take one home.
Okay.
One of the great things about this is, even when it's not in bloom, the bright color of the foliage lightens up shady areas. And around here, I found it's almost evergreen. You know, it's really
interesting.
cool. Yeah. Which brings me to Brunner Jack Frost, another really bright colored leaf. It's a perennial forget-me-not, very beautiful foliage. Even, again, if it's not in bloom, it brightens up
It's
any
so
shady
pretty.
corner.
Yeah.
But the blooms are super cute. They're pretty much finished right now, but they're like these tiny little sprays of blue forget-me-nots, and they're really gorgeous.
Oh, I love it.
One more thing before we leave the understory.
Uh-huh.
It's not so much a flowering plant, but you get your color from heucheras,
Oh, yes.
also known as coral bells.
Yes.
They come in such an array of exciting colors. And yeah, they have blooms, but they're not half as exciting as the color of the foliage.
Colors. It's
Yeah.
the colors. Yeah, they're so pretty.
Okay, one of my favorite ground cover type plants is Campanula. And I cannot remember the name, Serbian bellflower.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've talked about this one before.
Yes, I showed you Blue Waterfall.
Yes, it was gorgeous.
Well, this little cutie is Dixon's Gold. So you got that bright chartreuse foliage, with great texture. Really like the texture, and then adorable little blue flowers.
How pretty.
I know. It is so cute. Muralis is another one. It's not quite as exuberant as Blue Waterfall, but it's still really adorable.
Yeah, it's still very nice.
And they
oh my
work
gosh,
really
this
well.
container back here.
Isn't it? Oh, yeah, we have to go down and look at that one. That's a Corydalis that is just stunning.
That is beautiful.
Porcelain blue flowers. Isn't that just stunning?
And that's a shade plant?
That's a shade plant.
Wow. Oh, this is it.
Look at this.
Oh my god. Even the foliage looks blue.
I know.
Wow.
Isn't it an incredible color?
That is so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't often use the word mesmerizing with plants,
Yeah.
but this one you're trying to figure out the color.
Yes.
The color of the foliage, the color of the bloom.
This is such an interesting plant, Fionuala.
I know. There's always a juga. You know, it's very, very common and normal, but they keep coming out with new varieties of it that add a little more interest. But what's really great about this is it works almost everywhere. If you have horrible soil, it works. If you have really well-draining, rich soil, it works.
Yeah,
So it's one of your go-tos, like just for...
So if you're a newbie, it'd be a good one to start with.
Yeah, exactly. And here's another kind of a juga over here called Fancy Finch, because it's got finch-like feathers, I suppose.
Oh, that's really
And the
cute.
foliage, I know, super cute. They have really nice flowers, but this one is grown more for its foliage.
Okay.
So let's just mention one more really great. It's a vinca. It's a vinca minor.
Okay.
A lot of us worry about vinca being really invasive. This one is not. And it is a fabulous color, again, even without its foliage.
Yeah.
I mean, even without the flowers.
Right. So what is this called?
This one is called Illumination.
Oh,
Vinca
interesting.
Illumination. It looks
Okay.
great in containers. I swear I've got one somewhere, but I can't
We'll
find
find
it.
it eventually.
Yeah.
So this one is a somewhat non-invasive Vinca minor. Oh, that's really
Yeah.
interesting,
It's
Fionnuala.
not invasive, and around here it needs water to keep going.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can definitely control the invasiveness.
It's not going to go past your drip
No.
irrigation.
No.
Got it. Well, Fionnuala, thank you so much for showing us shade gardening because it's definitely something that can be a little intimidating, but just by the look of this shade garden bed, it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It's far easier than you think. Just, you know, work with what you've got in your garden. And if you have any questions at all, just come on in and ask.
Perfect. All right, everyone. Well, thank you, Fionnuala. And if you guys want to come visit Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, I'll put the contact information in the description down below.
Perfect. Thank you, Janie.
Thanks.